All right, so September 23rd, 2024, and today is my birthday. And what I want to talk about is GoPros. All right, GoPros on these car channels. As you guys know, I've used GoPros, or most of you guys that have watched me for years know that I use GoPros for most of my driving videos. And I have my full frame camera that is in my trunk. Let me just show you right now, that I use for my cinematics. So this is my full frame camera that I use for all of my cinematic work, Sony a7S III. But we're not going to talk about that today. We are going to talk about GoPro. So right now I'm on the new GoPro Hero Black 13. Miss MDG just got it for me for my birthday today on September 23rd. So she came through big like she always does. So just going over all of my GoPros that I have that I've used over the years. I didn't even realize the 5 didn't have a number on it. So the 5 is here. I skipped the 6, went to the 7. I think the 7 is the first one she got for me. And then basically I went to the 8 the next year. Then I went to the 9. Then I skipped the 10 because I didn't feel like it was that much of an upgrade. And then 2 years later I got the 11. And then I skipped the 12 from last year, and I just picked up this 13. So on the new 13, I know you can use an external mic. I was trying to set that up, but it wasn't working out for me. And of course I flipped my car around and my shadow was all in this shot. So the sun is behind me. I wanted to have the sun behind me, but that may have been a mistake because now you can see my shadow in all of these shots. But let me just come around like this so you can't really see my actual shadow. But on the actual new 13 in 4K, I am a huge camera guy. So most people that are in my life personally that know me know how big I am into cameras. I have a background with, you know, camera technique and theater and the performing arts and all that stuff. So I've been doing that for years. But my main camera will always be the main camera, my A camera, and then my GoPro is always my second or B cameras. And now I got this new 13 that I'm filming on right now that just came out 10 days ago on September 13th, 2024. And this is the first video for it on my birthday, September 23rd, 2024. So, you know, just a quick video on, you know, my background in cameras. In these Hellcats, they have a lot of power, so I can use my bigger camera, but it doesn't have the stabilization like these GoPros, so it moves around a lot. In that video that I did yesterday, the day before this video, a night video, I have to use my bigger camera in low light situations because the GoPros don't really do that well. They have still not gotten to the point where they're at a 1-inch sensor, so they're not gonna be that great in low light. But here we are, a little after 5. The sun is still kind of coming down. I was trying to wait until the sun dropped a little bit, but you know, it's still kind of beaming. It's not as radiant as it would be if it was like 3:30, 4 p.m. But, you know, if I roll back around, the sun is over here. You're gonna see my shadow again. So, and there we go, which I was trying to keep out of the shot. Whenever I come to my spot over here, I usually face my car this way, and I'm standing like over here to do most of the filming. All right, but today I knew the sun was on that side, so I was trying to roll around so the sun would be directly at the camera. But pros and cons, now my shadow's in the shot. So for the most part, if you are starting a YouTube channel and you want a good camera, GoPros are the way to go. You can use your phone. A lot of people use their phones, and of course you can use a full frame camera, or you can use you know, a point and shoot, whatever you want. But for me, action cameras always come through huge with these high power cars like these Hellcats with a lot of power and a lot of aggressive, violent shifts. With the camera shaking around, you can move the GoPro all around and it won't really shake. So I'm big on having incredible, clean, non-shaky footage for the most part. So GoPros definitely work out well for me. But Hellcats in general have a lot of power, but any other car that you maybe have a car channel on, or if you have an action channel or some kind of biking channel or any kind of action type channel where you're gonna need stabilization, GoPros are the way to go. So I'm gonna be testing this bad boy out in different type of lighting situations, and you know, just doing what I do with these cameras, testing them out as I test out this car. But this is just some B-roll footage of Genzilla Supercharged on my birthday with the new camera and rolling around. All right, so this next clip, I just went to HDR. It says that it balances out the video in brighter situations. So let's just see if now with this new clip starting from this point on, it looks better. I'm in HDR. You may not be able to tell, but in the first part of this video, I was in standard. So, you know, the camera was doing what it was doing in standard with this lighting. Now I'm in HDR and the camera is supposed to be performing better in a brighter situation like I'm in right now. So let's just see if this comes out better. But also, when you are trying to film any video, you want light behind your actual camera, not the sun or light facing directly at your actual camera and the lens. You want the light to be behind your actual camera. So I'm just gonna look at the sun right now. That is the sun right there, wherever it is. Directly straight up right there, that's the sun. You do not want your camera facing the sun like that. So this will wash out your shot and make it overexposed. It's doing a pretty decent job. And then right here is where you want your actual light to be behind you. Yes, it will project a shadow like he's doing right now with me, depending on the light. So I have to move back out of the way right here. But more of a photo shoot for the Hellcat today with the new camera and all of my cameras on the glass. Like I said, the 11, the 9, the 8, the 7, and the 5. And like I said, I didn't even realize that 5 didn't have the number. And I think they started putting the numbers on the side when it was the 6. So the 6 on up has the numbers on the side. And yeah, so just a quick video on a new camera, just a quick vlog to keep these daily vlogs going. I kind of wanted to make, I've always kind of made a tradition on my channel. Whenever I get the new GoPro, I always do a video, a dedicated video with the GoPro. I'll put up, for the most part, if I can find them. I remember when I did the 7, I did that video in New York. Miss MDG and I, she was shopping and she went in and she had just got the camera from me, and I think I had the Daytona 392. I still had my 6.4 liter at that time. So that 7 was shot thin. The 8 and the 9, I'll have to find those videos. And the 11, the first video that I shot with the 11, I'll put those videos all in the description so you can kind of compare if you're interested in maybe a GoPro for anything, a YouTube channel, or just your own personal use if you go on vacations. So like I said, very bright conditions right now, even though it's past 5 p.m. And like I said, this second portion on to the end is in HDR. I'll be playing around with the settings to see what's the best settings, but let me just get some B-roll while I'm out here. In front of the car is dirty. The whole car is dirty, actually. We just roll around. So it's supposed to be new stabilization, new hyper smooth. I think it's 6.0 if I'm not mistaken. Hyper smooth 6.0. So it's supposed to be a lot smoother. And you know, GoPro, I mean, you can't really tell. Hyper smooth is so advanced, you can't tell 6 from 5 from 4. It was good back when the 8, well, I think when the 9 was out, it was like incredible. So you cannot tell the difference. So just a quick video, like I said, to keep the vlogs going. The daily vlogs will continue. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one.